Hello wonderful people, and welcome back to my channel. In addition to doing crazy quilts and mixed media, I also do traditional quilting. That is me there with the glasses on and my friend Gretchen to the left. And I've been going to the AQS Show in Paducah, Kentucky every year. I don't know, probably since 2004, somewhere around there. That's the best of show quilt from this year. So I thought I would just put together a video of some of the highlights of the show. This is a Baltimore album quilt, which is my all-time favorite quilt. I have never made one, but it is on my bucket list. The history of the Baltimore album quilt is really cool and very specific, and they're very identifiable quilts. And they're just lovely. They just make me happy. So this is a take from the book. I can't remember the name of the book, but it's by Alma Allen, and that is kind of a more traditional quilt. I love blue and white quilts. They're just some of my all-time favorites. In fact, I've made a few. And I thought this was really cool. This sort of, I love trees. Trees are one of my favorite things. And this quilt was just amazing when you get the up close here of, look at that. That is just unbelievable. So, and I love the sort of optic illusions. I think those are really neat. That's a pretty happy quilt as well. This is very gorgeous. Some of the art quilts are just amazing. They are quilts I probably would not ever make, but they're just stunning. And that's kind of a more traditional with a big border. This is a hexie quilt that's blue and white and tan and kind of just flipped all my buttons. I love hexies as well. Although they're not easy to sew, but I do love them. And this is just a really stunning red, white, black. I've made a red, white, and black quilt before, but it didn't look like that. And this is the only crazy quilt in the show this year. And crazy quilts are just, they are my thing. They are what I just absolutely love to do. I love to do handwork. So the center there is made with ties, men's ties, and I thought it was really cool. This particular woman did a great job at making this quilt look like it's old, and it's not. She dated it 2017, I believe, is on one of the blocks, and just she just managed to capture that antique look, which is really hard to do. It's just so lovely, just so lovely. I love everything about this quilt. I wish there were more crazy quilts in the show, but I guess not that many people do it. So here's another Baltimore album style quilt with a really big wide border. It's just stunning. I just can't get enough of them. And there's usually a good number of them every year in the show. There's usually, I would say, at least 5 every year. And here's a up close of part of it. And this is what they call like a 4-block quilt. So it's just the same block done 4 times on point. And this is a medallion style with Baltimore album. Look at those birds. That's just so yummy. Just so yummy. And this was one of the best of show quilts as well. It's not hanging right, but it is a perfect circle. And when you look at all those perfect circles in the perfect circle, and then those diamonds were tiny. They were only about the size of the end of my finger. To get those all to line up perfect like that is just amazing. And this is one of the quilts that sort of radiates, and just a happy pink and white quilt. And here's another circle quilt, and this one was, I thought, kind of industrial looking, you know, just really stunning. And this is beautiful. It reminds me of just a giant women's hanky from like the 1950s. But they were just all, I mean, obviously they're all winners, you know. Just to even get accepted into Paducah is an honor. This one here, though, I think might be my favorite. Yeah, see, she's used the doilies, which, to me, if you can use a doily in a quilt, that just automatically makes it even better. But it's also just intricate. I mean, in fact, I think I voted for this one for my favorite Viewer's Choice Award. I think this is the one I voted for. There's just so much going on in that quilt. So, and this is a very traditional applique quilt, but I love that border. It's not like typically scalloped. It's a scallop on the next level. And there's all those perfect points. And purple and green is one of my favorite color combinations. So some of the art quilts, just amazing. I love how I don't even know how they even start them. This one was probably my favorite art quilt, though, was this guy right here. I thought he was just beautiful. The whole composition of it and everything was just amazing. And some of just the oh, my sister's a chicken farmer, so I took a picture of that. Yeah, just the composition on some of the art quilts is just breathtaking. You know, like I said, I don't know how they even think them up. And also, I have a thing about houses. I love colonial homes and Victorian homes, especially colonial homes. And I've made a couple of house quilts, and so I don't know, it's just a soft spot for me, are quilts with houses in it. And another Baltimore album style, and this bridge block is just unbelievably amazing. You know, after a while you just start running out of adjectives to use. So I love this yellow quilt. This was also one of the best of show. It's so traditional and it's so happy. It's just a bright, happy yellow quilt, and I do love yellow. And yeah, I mean, and it was just perfect. It was seamless. This is done by one of the Japanese quilters. She usually has a quilt in the show almost every single year. And it is just those little tiny hexies. And when I say tiny, I mean those things were not any bigger than, I don't know, maybe an inch. They were just amazing. And when you look at the composition of the color and everything, yeah, okay, so this is thread painting, and it is so unbelievable. It looks like a photograph. And this is a traditional Tree of Life quilt in blue and white, so that spoke to me. And this is a quilt that it's not my cup of tea, but I absolutely love how she has kept it to this color combination of red, black, yellow, and sort of white. And just look at that. It's stunning. Anyway, so that was my trip to Paducah. I hope you enjoyed the video.